Welcome back, everybody. RC here for a pre-taped episode of The Grid for this week. I'm here joined by Mr. Brad Moore.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Now listen, I just wanted to give you guys a quick message before we went into the actual show. Here's the deal. Matt is actually on assignment somewhere in Washington, kind of doing his Matt thing, right? Hopefully he's probably wearing like that shirtless kind of like Peter Lick thing, exposing his arms while he's walking around. I'm overselling this entire thing really badly. Scott is also away. Actually, I'm away.
Yeah.
Right? So
you're not really here.
I'm not really
this
here.
This is a hologram.
Right? So it's a... But we wanted to just kind of point out a couple of different things before we went to one of the episodes. The first off is when you watch this episode, contest and all that kind of stuff isn't going to exist because it's a pre-taped episode.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. But when we were doing this, we said, what's one of the most memorable episodes of The Grid that we've seen?
Peter Hurley. When he came here, he did a blind critique episode, and people loved it. They just absolutely went crazy for it. And one of the things I like about Peter is he focuses on the less technical side of photography and more on the expression of the subject and drawing emotion out of them. And so that's what he was focusing on, because you can get lighting techniques and tips from any number of people, but he really focuses on that side of things. So.
Right. He always calls himself like part counselor, mostly counselor, and then part photographer. Yeah. And it's probably one of the most important lessons that you have when you're working with a picture. It's about the expression of the person. So we wanted to be able to share that as a best of episode here for The Grid. Now, it's also important to be able to note that Peter Hurley is one of the instructors that you will see at Photoshop World. So we wanted to let people know the early bird has been extended by a couple of days, but it's not going to be there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just heard about that today.
Nice.
It's not going to be on very, very long. So make sure that you go to photoshopworld.com. Photoshop World, September 3rd through the 5th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. There's going to be a ton of people. Make sure that you go to photoshopworld.com and take a look at most of that stuff. But without further ado, we have the man, we have the legend himself, Mr.
Peter Hurley.
Take a look at this.
Hey everybody, welcome to a very special episode of Blossom. My name is Scott Kelby and I'm surrounded by two men, each one more exuberant than the next. Let me get rid of the old guy first. Regular old, everyday Matt Kliskowski.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, Matt?
Good, okay. Hey, everybody, good to see you again, and good to be back.
Man, I'm glad to have you on the show, because, Matt's he's a traveling guy.
I missed last week.
He's super traveling. But we have a very special guest, and I know that's why you're watching, because our guest oozes sensuality, and that's the only way to describe him, as a man that oozes sensuality. It's up close, it's not as pretty. But anyway, we are very excited to have Peter Hurley here today.
Peter the Ooze Hurley.
Thanks, guys. I didn't know I oozed anything. So sensuality, I'll take it.
So
I'm doing well.
Peter's working on a project with us, and I got to tell you, I know you've seen Peter's video, you've seen his training, and I don't usually say this about our guests, but he's a really great guy. We've had a lot of fun hanging out with him. You're a really interesting guy. You're like an onion, man. Every time you peel away a layer, there's another amazing thing that you've done, from being on like sailing teams and that whole drug thing. I mean, there's really, you've had an amazing life.
It's been interesting thus far, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. I've been excited to spend the last couple of days with you guys, and especially with you working on this project. So
yeah, we got some really cool stuff. Yeah,
wow.
It's crazy stuff. Hey, we've got to get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way, and then, of course, today is our blind critiques. Because Peter's here, we wanted to do portraits. So we're going to be looking at portraits today. We've had hundreds of submissions, so if we don't get to yours today, it's because we had hundreds of submissions, and with great reason. You have really... You've taken the world by storm here in this last couple of years. I mean, I know you've been shooting for a long time, and your work is fantastic. But you, I know you're a celebrity photographer, but you're now a photographer celebrity.
Well, it kind of snowballed. It started with the F-Stoppers guys, and then you went out of your way to let me speak at Google+, and that really got the ball rolling even further. So I just really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, dude,
and
you killed it.
Got our relationship going, and now I'm here, so this is amazing.
Yeah, well, we're thrilled that you're here. So cool. Hey, we got Photoshop World coming up here in... just
early September.
Early September, but we're going to do a special live webcast on July 25th, which is at 7 o'clock, I think it is, 7 or 7:30. We'll tell you later.
7-ish.
7-ish. And we're gonna be showing some of the stuff we're showing at Photoshop World. So if you've ever thought, I wonder if I should go, is that thing any good? Then
Well, you should, but you should
you
come
should
by and
actually
watch
go.
the
But come
webcast
by and watch
anyway.
that. We'll have all kinds of giveaways and fun stuff. So we'll have more details on that. But mark it for the 25th. Also, so we're working on. It's not done yet, but we're trying to get Photoshop World next year into Atlanta. So the East Coast show, instead of being Orlando, would be in Atlanta. We're working on that. Hopefully, we'll have it worked out maybe by tomorrow. And if we're in Atlanta, wherever we are next year, I'm going to make sure that this guy is there.
Cool.
He's come to Photoshop World just hanging out and checking everything out, but I got to get this guy on the stage. He kills on the stage. It's a bloodbath. Hey, I have new tour dates. So my tour, I'm going to Colorado Springs, on the 29th, San Antonio, Indianapolis, and San Jose, but we have new cities. So if you go to KelbyTrainingLive.com, you'll see my new dates. I don't know what they are, but new cities. Oh, it's just those 3? I've got more cities. Yeah, I've got other cities. We announced a whole bunch of them, but I guess we haven't announced them.
Yeah.
But I had to make travel arrangements, so I'm going.
And RC's got his Photoshop for Photographers tour. So don't forget that one is on there.
Yep. RC's out on the road right now.
I got my Lightroom one on August 2nd.
Where?
In Hartford, Connecticut.
Hartford. I love Hartford. You know what's in Hartford, dude?
Connecticut.
I kid
What's
you
in
not.
Hartford,
Plan B
Connecticut?
Burger, one of the best burger places in the country. Plan B Burger in Connecticut. Hands down amazing.
Wait, whoa. Scroll up a little
at that
more.
headshot.
Scroll
Look
up. No, other way.
The other way. Scroll down.
Scroll
down.
down.
Oh, look at that headshot.
That guy's shebanging it.
I wonder who
That's
did
a
that
total
headshot.
shebang.
All right,
That's a total shebang.
that's
That was-
Can
I
we
was-
shebang that
my neck
one? We
was
got
out
to
like
shebang
this.
that one. I have a easy
My eyes
button
were
that's being
squinted.
converted. Can we shebang that? That's a shebang.
That's a shebang right there. That's a major shebang.
I did. I had my neck out. My eyes were squinty. Everything
Yeah,
was...
dude, you look great in that picture. You look,
What happened in real life?
He pulled it together.
Cool.
It took me, how long did it take me? About 3
6
hours to pull
hours.
that out of you?
But that's what he does. He pulls it out of you. He has to drag it out like entrails.
I made him work.
We've got prizes. We got all kinds of prizes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Prizes. We're going to give away one of my DVDs, Crush the Composition, right here. And then we have the brand new Canon EOS 6D Field Guide, which is written by Michael Constantino, right here. We're giving away a copy of this today and a copy of Stacy Pearsall's excellent book, Photojournalist's Field Guide. So it's Stacy's amazing photographer. And so we're going to give away all those to some lucky person today. But, here's some new dates for my tour. So this is my Shoot Like a Pro tour. We've added September 20th in Arlington, Texas. We've got October 1st in Portland. We've got Denver on October 3rd and Washington, D.C. on October 25th. Now, unfortunately, as you saw from the website, the signups aren't available yet. They'll be making it any day, so I hope you'll check it out and go back. All right, we have, when we come back from the break, we're going to show you a little video clip of you in action.
Cool.
A man of action. And then we're going to get right onto our blind critiques. So stick around, don't go away. We'll be right here for our blind photo critiques episode with Peter Hurley on the grid. Don't go away.
I can't wait to do this again.
Does that conference look amazing or what?
Does I want to go?
I want to go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. All right.
This is
I
the
don't
year
get to
I'm
go
going.
to that one.
You can go. You can go.
is that
You,
one?
dude, it's in Vegas, 4 to 6. We'll put you to work.
4 to 6 of what?
Well, September. We have a
really?
sandwich board.
Oh
You
no,
can-
I'm sailing then. I can't do that.
You can walk out front with the sandwich board.
a big race.
Come to the egg. Do you ever really
I
have,
have
a big race?
I have a race. The national championship is in where is it? Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Oh man, the
Going
cheese
to
up there is
Wisconsin.
insane.
Yeah, headed there.
Wow. All right. Hey,
I'm gonna text you.
You should.
me too. While you're
Texted me last
Yes, I
year when I
did.
was sleeping.
I did.
All right. Hey, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor because our sponsor is giving you a special deal. They have an ebook deal of the week. This one is from our sponsor, Peach Pit Press. They are the people that publish our books. We love them dearly. The deal of the week is on the book Adobe Photoshop CC Classroom in a Book. It is a brand new book. You get 40% off. All right. So you're going to go to peachpit.com/KelbyTV. And this is good through July 15th. You get 40% off with the code KelbyTV. And that's it. I mean, it's just,
Dude,
it's a cool deal.
Look at the list price on that thing. No wonder they got to get 40%.
Yeah, dude, the list price is 60
bucks on an ebook.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, it's an ebook. Yeah, that's not cheap. We're not helping our sponsor, are we? Okay, hey.
Well, it's a good deal now.
All right, so I just got to real quick tell you, I went to WPPI for the first time this year. It was a terrific show out in Vegas. And Peter Hurley was there.
I was there.
But you know what?
I know
Peter,
this man.
Peter Hurley was just not at his booth because everywhere were people walking around with your Hurley Pro gear. There were people walking around with your lights. There were people walking around with your Pro board and all. So you now have all this really cool gear that's based
Hurley Pro.
on people wanting to use the exact same stuff that you use.
It's amazing stuff. I'm loving it. Basically, it came about because I've been shooting in the studio for 10 years, and I'd be like, why does this not do this? Or, the Pro board came about because plexiglass is heavy. It's a pain in the butt to get to my studio, and I just wanted a simpler option. So this stuff rolls up, and you can walk around in public with it, like Pete is right now.
Watch Pete go right by the
Pete
screen.
is going.
Look at him go by with
look
some
at that.
Hurley
In that
Pro
Hurley
board.
Pro board.
All right, this is it. It doubles
So-
as a golf bag, right?
Yes, we got. Look at this. So, anyway, it comes in this bag. You throw it in. You can throw your light stands in the middle. It's got some padding on the sides.
And
It's
what
got
does
the
this
little
board
shoulder
do?
Stripe. This I use it as a backdrop when I'm shooting headshots. I put it behind my subject. So when I go shoot corporate jobs, I throw it in my trunk. And instead of bringing seamless, I bring this and I just throw it up behind them. Or
And your
I
trunk is
use it on the front.
like a Lincoln Marquis
This
or
thing
a
fits
Buick
in anything.
Road,
The guy-
a Buick
you're-
Roadmaster.
This thing fits in anything.
Anywhere that
El
golf
Camino.
club bad would
El
fit.
Camino.
Yeah, an El Camino would be perfect. An El Camino. Actually, a Maverick would be even better.
Ooh, a Maverick. I
Maverick.
love those. Hey, we have some
Matador.
We have some
Can
B-roll.
we go through Gremlin?
Gremlin, dude, a
AMC,
pacer.
can we go through the AMC?
Pacer? Absolutely. Hey, we have some B-rolls. There's no audio. Peter's just going to kind of so describe to us what you see here.
You got to love the.
Oh,
set
so this
right
is
there.
at WPPI. How cool is this? So this is my setup. These are called Hurley Pro Medusa lights. This was
Holy
the first
crap, were those
rendition.
things bright, dude. I've stood in front of those.
It's an 8-bulb fixture. These bulbs were part of the prototype. So these are T8 size. We're going with T12, so they'll be thicker and there won't be that space in between. But there's the Pro board behind. I'm hitting it with 2 strobes. That's Victor Velasquez taking shots of this character here. You can see the design. We're using that kind of mounting, and it's a very similar setup that I've used over the years. I'm a continuous light shooter, and I built my headshot business on that, and you pretty much use continuous light for everything that I'm doing. You can see Caraminder in the background. One of the shots from It's All About the Jaw. But, this was fun. setting up a booth there. I'd never done a trade show. I was running around like a maniac, and it was a blast. I just love WPPI and the vibe there. I'm actually going to be on the road with WPPI in LA next week.
Sweet.
The 15th
Yeah, we're,
and 16th. You're going to be there?
RC and I are I'm teaching Lightroom, RC's teaching Photoshop.
That's
and,
cool.
I'm
we'll
gonna
be
I'm going to
there.
do the
I'm not
top
teaching
10 headshot tips.
We're doing
My top 10 tips.
It's July, what is it?
It's July 15th, 16th.
July 15th, 16th, and then in Vegas, it's
5th
August
and 6th.
5th and
August.
6th.
Vegas again, people.
So come
Can you
check us
believe
out.
Vegas.
We'll be there with this guy.
Scott
Trouble.
Whedon is asking, or Wyden is asking, how much will the Medusa be?
Medusas, well, we're doing, we have a bunch of different plans for them. We have a 2-foot version, a 4-foot version. No, the range it's going to start around, I'm hoping to get the light in around 1500, and then the bigger versions will go up from there. One's an 8 bulb, one's a 6 bulb. And we've got one that is the carbon fiber looking style like you just saw, and then another one that's a little bit more industrial and it goes modular, and it's got DMX for film. This is HurleyProGear.com, so you can see the stuff that we have on there now. Right now, the Medusa has is just some pictures of it from WPPI and stuff. The Pro Board, I have glossy, and matte is coming out this week.
Ooh,
I have
Matt, you're coming out
Pro
this
Board.
week.
I love Matt.
Your Matt is coming
Matt's
out.
awesome.
Okay, so that's the Pro Board in action, and when I use it as a backdrop, and then I also use it on the floor. As you can see, the girl sitting on the floor, the reflection that's created under there is pretty nice. So and it's great for product photography. A lot of product shooters use it because it's easy to get
Thank
around.
you for that inappropriate photo. Okay.
What was so inappropriate about it? She's a girl sitting on the floor.
Sure she was. Hey, we are...
Sorry.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Hey, we are going to go on to our critiques. Thank you for giving us kind of a little tour there. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
It's really cool stuff. I mean, when I was at, it was such a buzz at WPPI. I mean, there was really, I mean, I know you said it was your first trade show booth, but I don't know how you could have done it any better. Everybody everywhere was talking about your stuff. I saw your logo moving all over that floor. Fun. Everywhere you looked, somebody had one of those bags over their back.
I had a blast, and we're doing Photo Plus, and I'm speaking there too, so I'm excited about that as well.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you everywhere.
Yeah, we're going for it.
All right. Speaking of
We're gonna
going
get these
for it.
lights on the market.
All right, we're about to
Starting-
do our blind critiques. I want to tell you what our blind critique rules are. So if you send us an image, and I'm sure you probably already know this, but the blind part means we don't say your name out loud. So we say it secretly to each other like this. Joe. Yeah. So, but no, we don't say your name on the air unless you happen to watermark your images, in which case, you know. But
And the critique part means it's fairly critical.
yeah, so we're going to tell you just how we see it. If you want someone to tell you everything's great, just push it on Flickr, and everybody will come and tell you it's the greatest shot ever made. But here we figure that you really want to hear from Peter. You really want to hear his insights into your work, and so we're going to look at each group of images very quickly, and then we'll go back and kind of see if there's anything we can do. Even though it's very honest and straightforward critiques, they're designed to help. So. Understand that's where it's coming from. We're not doing it just to be mean. We can be mean just by stopping by people's websites on our own. But this is actually trying to help. So you ready, Peter?
I'm ready.
All right. So let's take a look at our images. Here's our first set. I'm going to go through 5 of them real quick. And I think
Boise.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. So lots of different styles and lighting and different things here. And we'll start with this first one.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah. I mean, the color's just incredibly blue to me, and she looks shocked at what she's looking at, and I'm not thrilled with the lipstick head gear choice or whatever it is.
Blue is a color that just doesn't look good on people's skin. It literally is a color that makes people look dead, you know, because when you die, shortly thereafter, you look blue. So
You could take the white balance eyedropper and maybe click on the eye or something. I don't know.
let's give it a shot. I don't know why it's not switching to the develop module. There we go. And let's just back it off a little bit.
It's better.
Is it better?
She still looks startled.
But do you see how blue she was? She does look startled. The red's now kind of blooming. So you just maybe take the vibrance down a little bit.
Blooming.
But there's some issues there. Besides the color, let's just say that we fix the color. The expression.
I'm big on expression, and I just think she's out to lunch.
Okie doke. Now, if this person had lit this shot by actually parking their car and aiming their headlights at him, how would it look any different?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I just, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people shoot from above.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
people.
especially
yeah.
children. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
you have to get down on their
You
level.
have to get down there. I can't stand it, so I don't like.
Don't sugarcoat it. How do you feel? I can't stand it. Just
my
I
God.
can't stand it.
I can't stand. Well, this is shot from above too, but it's a little different.
All right, dappled light. See how you're letting some light get here and on her shoulder and on her leg and all?
And on her the tip of her nose.
Tip of
What's
her
that
nose
called?
and all
Dappled.
dappled. Yeah,
Speckled.
dappled light is bad
Dappled.
light. It's if you're going to get her in the shade, because the shade part is good because it's going to make the light less harsh, but you don't want to let this stuff see through.
And I don't even mind the dappled light on the, like you'll see some people get really picky with the background and the ground having dappled light. That doesn't bother me. It's when it hits the person that you have to
The problem here
watch out.
is that the brightest thing in the photo is this stuff back here. You would have to go in here and really just crank it down to try, hopefully get anything out of this. Oh, my brush is
Well, at
very
least she's making a fun expression. Can we say
Yeah.
that? The expression.
Yeah.
She's having some sort of fun there. So I
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I just the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the best one.
That's certainly the best one.
It's so hard with kids because they're all genuinely cute. So to
Right.
rip them apart's kind of.
But you know their
Ah,
angle's
but I
better.
mean-
Their angle of
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah.
So I think they got the angle going. They got the background out of focus. Like in the last photo, the background is harshly in focus. So you got the background out of focus. So low aperture, lots of depth in there.
Hair gaps bug me. We got a hair gap.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's outside, and there could be a little bit of activity, wind, or she's moving. So I guess it's okay in that picture, but in my work, that wouldn't fly.
It's a shame she has a baseball bat going through her head.
And she's kind of miserable and side-lit in a horrific way.
Okay. Quote of the day: she's side-lit in a horrific way. That's Peter's. Matt's quote of the day already is: too bad there's a baseball bat going through her head. I have no quote.
So, I think one of the things that I always think is hard on a portrait like that is when they have darker hair and the hair just goes straight into the background. Because there's no, like, you see looking on the screen, maybe on your screen.
Yeah, you can see a little bit here.
I guess looking up at the big screen,
Right.
You know
I don't
what would
see any
help
separation.
that? Matte Pro Board Black pops it right off there.
You know, Matt, that does.
How much can I pick that up for?
It's $165.
Where do you get that?
Hurley
Is there a discount for grid viewers?
Okay.
Come on,
There
do a
should be. We
discount.
should
Do a discount. Give
Come
us
on,
40%.
40%.
Give us something.
40%.
I have to work that into the
40%.
website. What are you talking about? There has to be some sort of code that has to go on the website that I didn't.
Well, let's make one now.
Well, I would have to make sure at the break.
Grid
I will
shebang.
ask my
Can the
web
code-
designer if we can
code
do the
be,
code.
Inappropriate shot of woman on floor.
Isn't it? I'm going to take that down today.
No, I'm
We're
kidding.
going to
It
go
was
shoot
fine.
another
It was
one.
fine. All right.
I have to shoot more anyway.
What can we say to this photographer overall to help them with their portrait work?
Whatever you did on that last photo, the
Move
fourth one, do
the
that a lot
lights.
more.
Do this more.
Do that more.
Oh, is
Do-
this one
do this.
photographer?
This is all one
What do you
same
mean?
photographer.
This is
Yeah.
all the same photographer?
This is five. Yeah. It's all
Oh, I
same-
did not know that.
Yeah, this is all the same photographer.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So we're showing you like 3 or 4 of each
Okay.
person's
Well, with
work.
that, move the lights closer to the camera. Why don't you just make your softbox hit your lens? It would help you with the shadows. I mean, I shoot with my, I like my lights close to my camera.
Okay, there's definitely a lighting issue here. See how the light on her is soft? Even though you shot it outdoors, it's still kind of soft late in the day. That's why it's kind of yellowish. This is like harsh. This is dappled. Unbelievably harsh. And really harsh. All right.
Not changing over there.
Oh, it's not changing over there, was it?
I don't know.
It's lagging a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So we'll look to another one here. I have to go back to the library module. All right. Here we go.
Can I?
You may. All right. We like this one, don't we?
He gave it a shebang.
I gave it a shebang.
This is a great
I
shot.
love that shot. Oh, look at the guy. He's looking off. You're into his expression captures you. I want to know what he's thinking. I got the crop on it. I like where it's cropped. I like everything about it. I actually like where he's in the frame. I mean,
Yeah.
I might give a little more, crop the top hat a little bit more and give a little bit more of the tie area. But other than that, I like the black and white conversion on it. I
How's
like
that?
everything
A
about
little
it.
tighter like that?
Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, I'd like to see a little more underneath, but we can't do that right
Yeah,
now. I don't
can't,
want, but I like it. I really like it.
He likes it. All right, next shot.
Lighting good?
Yeah,
I thought the
lighting's
lighting
nice.
was gorgeous.
Yeah. That's a
Cool.
great shot. Now, here's the next one.
I'm not.
There we go. Sorry, our screens are out of sync here.
No,
Okay.
that's all right. The mane of the horse and the hair of the woman are in unison, coming off the trajectory is exactly the same. Is this
Yeah,
the
it is.
mane of the horse? What
Right,
is
right
that?
here, the trajectory is, she's bonding with the horse and their hair. There's like, make your hair go this way. Her face looks really super retouched. Like there's not a pore anywhere in there.
I would think if that was her horse, I would like to see more of I don't get the expression on her face matching the fact that she's lovingly holding this horse. So I'm guessing it's not her. Is it like a fashion-y type picture? It's not her horse?
It's a fashion horse.
I mean,
She's also glowing on the bottom left.
I think it would be
Oh
cool
yeah,
if she
there's
was.
a glow over here.
Oh yeah, what's that? That means that they did something.
That means they did something
They
wrong.
did something.
They darkened the background, but didn't go that extra step to.
Get rid of the glow.
It
All
just
right.
kind of looks like she's being attacked by a horse almost. Like that horse's head is so huge and she's like tucked in there. No?
No,
mean,
I'm
I'm
with
just
you, bro.
kinda like-
I'm with you. I was just, it's just funny she's being attacked by a horse. All right, what do we think here?
I really like the vibe coming from him. I think that his mouth's a little bit funny the way it's doing it, but that's what he does, I'm sure. So I kind of like the expression. Are we talking about each one, or are we?
Yeah.
You just...
This is running with the sax out in the wilderness. Typical scene. You see this quite a bit. Oh, there goes another sax player running through the woods.
I think the skirt is really distracting, and so is the shirt, and the way the hands touching the shirt and pulling it down in the middle. That's just kind of weird. She looks
Yeah, it
kind of
looks like-
miserable too.
You know what I got to feel?
Stuff like that is
Expression-wise.
hard. You know what? I mean, one of the things, like I always, whenever I do, I don't shoot portraits like you do. I shoot outdoor family type portraits. But the best thing that I do is I bring somebody with me to watch all that little stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
because as the photographer, you can't keep track of all those little things. You're trying to make sure everything's right and
With
take the
multiple
picture.
people,
but,
yeah, you
But you
can't.
need
But with
somebody
one-
there if you can. I mean, it can be a friend, but just somebody that watches all those little things.
friend
like
with a horse.
a friend.
Sure.
But somebody that watches all those little things.
Now this is nice, kind of a steampunk thing.
I kind of like it. I just don't know what's on her head. Goggles?
Yeah, it's a steampunk thing.
What's that?
Steampunk is a kind of food they serve at Thai restaurants. It's a whole genre of trying to make like a Mad Max kind of. How would you describe steampunk? Anybody?
It's one
Like
of the things.
retro turn of the century industrial kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like stuff that like Trey would wear around the house when he's lounging like
Sure.
with Will Smith. Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
That was the worst movie ever.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not kidding
Wouldn't you
you.
desaturate it then if that's the look you're going for?
Ooh, good. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's desat.
Victorian sci-fi.
Victorian sci-fi. Okay. You know what? On that note, so what do we
Well,
think? Hold on.
yeah,
What do we think? So
yeah.
what do we think overall here? What do we got?
I just love this guy.
Okay, now, but can I tell you something? what we found a lot here. Now, I know this is your first blind critique one, but we find this a lot where somebody has a really amazing image, and then these. What happens? How did they get this shot, which is really portfolio quality, amazing shot, and then this shot?
But I mean, I guess. So
It looks like a different photographer took this one.
I'm always looking at expressions first, so I you know, I don't know how he accomplished this and.
All right, go to the next photo.
Couldn't get the same kind of result
to the
with the
next
other
photo.
photographs.
So, like you said, I mean, I think that that's his expression.
No, I don't mind the expression.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I mean, there's other things that we could talk about in this shot, but the guy. Is
Well, like what,
definitely-
then?
I'm
All right,
wondering-
what,
Yeah.
let's break it down a little bit. We got just a second here. Let's break it down.
Well, I mean, look at how long the shadow is from the nostril on the one side. So this is definitely afternoon to sun setting or something.
Yeah, later
So I
in
would
the day.
bring
yeah, it's a
I'd
little-
bring the nose more towards the sun then. You could see the shadow on that. But I mean, I don't mind even that. But he captured him. There's something going on in this expression that I like. I always look for that. If the expression looks real, which it does to me,
So this
then
is a
that's
pretty
not
good
a
photo.
bad shot. No. And I like, I don't mind that shot. I mean, his mouth's a little funky. I don't know if I'd put it in my portfolio, but this dude must like this shot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I would think him or his family probably really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
The wild sax on the Serengeti Plains.
You're looking at expression, Peter.
Yeah, no, she looks miserable.
I'm miserable with my sax. You know why? You can imagine how hot it is out there in the middle of the.
I don't like that she's tugging the shirt with her hand that's there. I
Well, so,
don't like
so
the
that's my
skirt
question:
that's-
is
I don't
how
like the
does
color? What do you wear
the person that
black
got
with the-
this shot,
Yeah.
which is I think it's a brilliant shot, turn around and go, here's my other best shot,
I have no idea.
and that is what takes us to a break with Peter Hurley, live on the grid. Don't go away. More Hurley to come. I think we'll.
Hi, my name's Tim Wallace. I'm a commercial photographer. We're going to look at doing a class shooting a motorbike. This particular bike is a Harley Davidson V-Rod. Now this is 100% customised bike. The chrome work on it, we want to use that chrome work, but obviously we've got the same sort of problems that we have when we shoot cars. It's a metallic object, it's multi-angled, multi-surfaced, reflective. So lighting it is a challenge, it's a good challenge. We've got a white infinity cove, but what we've actually done is built a completely different setup for the shoot that we're going to do. It's quite involved, it's complicated, but we're going to go step by step how we come to the vision of that shot and how we actually build a set to achieve it. I'm Tim Wallace. Come and check out my class on KelbyTraining.com.
Shebang!
Bang, people! Here it is. All right.
It's just the right size.
He's on the floor. I got a black side too. This is a glossy one. We'll leave it on the floor for now.
Can you strike that awkward pose that woman was doing? All right. Here we go. We're
You
back.
want me to do that? You want me to get in there?
No,
and
no,
show you how
no.
it's
No,
done?
I'm sure it reflects just fine. All right. Okay, Peter.
Peter.
Peter, may I call you Peter?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What else? Yeah.
All right. Here we go. And we're
Why
looking
don't you call me like you called me this morning?
the Shebang Meister?
Yeah.
The Shebang Meister. Shebangmeister.com. Here we go. So I'm going to go through all the images from this photographer real quick. 1, 2. Let's see if we can get that moved up a little bit. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Overall thoughts.
It's all over the place. Of that? I mean, he likes to do this because there's 2 shots in it like that.
Right, that one.
He or she.
that
Which is strange. But if they were all like that, I would say, okay, this is what this photographer's going for.
Yeah.
A lot of photographers do interesting croppings and stuff and and I think sometimes it's cool, but it just doesn't match the other stuff. If I was submitting shots to somebody for something like this, I'd submit stuff that was all consistent.
Right, consistent. Yeah. But we do see that a lot. So that comment that's all over the place has been said by many people sitting in that chair.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I would think a lot of people submitting stuff at this point too are still finding what maybe their thing is.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't have like you have a very consistent style. So if you submitted 10 images, there'd be a consistency there where I think a lot of these people are kind of still finding that like.
I had to develop that. So when I was starting, I didn't know what it was either. You don't have to know what it is. I mean, you have to shoot a lot and then figure it out, and you'll figure out which pictures resonate with you the most, and then start to go towards it. And the best thing that you can do, I think, in your photography career, especially if you're going to build the business, is get consistent, because people know what they're hiring you for.
Right. You know which ones I like? I like this one and this one. I actually do like those two. Of the ones that are here, because this
I agree with you.
and this and this.
These two are interesting and so different, and they're similar enough to each other that it makes you wonder what's going on here.
Like a series of this could be interesting, couldn't
Yeah.
it? A series like like if you just sent in 5 shots along this genre, would be like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You may be onto something there. Go for it.
All right.
You know.
So let's look at the images here. All the same photographer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the same model, right?
Yes, she's very miserable in each shot almost.
She's very miserable in each shot.
I'm
No,
always
dude.
looking for misery or
I think
Is she?
Nice. It's a good zoom.
All right, stop snickering, everybody.
I would say she's, well, I mean,
How you doing? That's
But
what
why is
said.
she miserable? She seems like she's in nice surroundings. She's nicely dressed in nice surroundings, yet she's miserable.
I don't know. She's trying too hard to be cool. She's modeling, she's posing, she's doing her thing. I just am not a fan of overly posed or shots that look like they're.
What do we think of the photographer? The lights look pretty, I mean, the lighting looks pretty even. It's all in shadows.
That
except for
body
her.
position's too strange for me.
Yeah, that is a little awkward looking. But, you know, the light's smooth. It's,
Yeah, the light's nice. I don't mind the light on that at all.
no,
I don't like the light on that as much. I
a
think
little
you're
dark in
losing
the eyes, too. Yeah. If only there was
I
a
don't
program.
mind the
that
light
would
on
help
that
with
either.
A little bit too much of the whites of the eyes there,
That doesn't ever bother me. Why do people say that bothers them so much?
because there's a lot of whites of the eyes.
Okay, there you go. I call that human stuff.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Now the next photographer.
See, expression. Now we're talking.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I like that one. I like this. These
I like
better.
it,
I
yeah.
like this. This photographer
like
gets a
that.
thumbs up.
Yeah, it looks too retouched to me.
You know what though? It is a retouch, but there's I see pores. As long as I can see pores and stuff, it's like, it's not too bad.
Cute expression. I like it.
I do too.
Love it.
Love it.
And I don't like hands in headshots, and I love that one just because it matches her expression, matches the hands. It goes together. It's still over retouch for me.
Okay. This one's under retouched. Just kidding.
It's just weird. What is that? That's the conversion that's strange? Oh, it looks better on your screen.
Yeah. And this one looks good.
That one's cool.
And
I love that.
Love that one.
yeah,
that's all- Can we shebang that one?
we can shebang it. All right. So
Yeah.
overall, we're happy with a good photographer doing a good job. Got interesting poses. The light is good consistently through them all. Nice light.
Good expression.
Good expressions.
I don't like the black and white one, but
Yeah, the middle one.
The other four.
I could take out.
good expression, Peter.
No, the expression on the I mean, but she's beautiful, so it makes you. I mean, it's okay. It's not. She's not doing much, but it's enough.
All right. So hey,
It's the same with the
we
next
have a
shot,
winner.
isn't it?
Okay.
All right.
So let's see who we got here. 1, 2.
So we got a comment that said on that last one said just because she's beautiful. I guess it's saying do we like them just because she's pretty?
Let's bring up the shot in question.
Maybe. Let's go.
Do we like these because she's pretty? No.
I don't know which one he was talking
I
about.
don't think she's like classically
Yeah.
amazingly pretty.
No,
I
we're
think
talking about
she's
the other girl that.
got an attractive
Yeah, she's okay.
overall look.
I like that background too. It's a window or something.
I think you.
Yeah, that's
You
the thing
made
that
a-
struck me about a lot of the. I like the backgrounds too that they were using for everything
Yeah.
there too. Like that's just,
That's gorgeous. That's the same girl? That's a much better expression. Is that the same girl? Yeah, I think so. Go. Yeah, it's the same girl.
The same girl?
Yeah, they just curled her hair, or let her hair go net wavy.
They
I think
curled
so.
her hair. Okay.
I think so.
All right. So here we are on this one. That silence should tell you something.
I don't know what to say about
well,
these. I'm not real.
So what I'll say about that one is she looks like, oh wow, I love you, and we're either engaged or we're gonna get married or we're married, and I'm happy and I'm miserable.
And he kind of looks like this. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to get married right now. It's not really for me.
She looks like she's really into him, and he looks like I'm just miserable
Yeah, I've
right
gotten
now.
this band with these 4 guys, and they seem to be pretty good. We've got a couple of good tunes. Paul writes a nice one.
The cascading hair down the front of the shoulder, that's just a pet peeve of mine. I just don't. I can't
So what do you
let
do?
that fly.
Like you put the hair. You have
get
to,
some
no, you
scissors
bring
and
it
you
in
cut her
front.
hair.
I don't like. No, I would bring all that in front. I don't like it over both shoulders in the back. I would bring the hair on her left shoulder and bring it in front. It's just really strange.
This is a great shot of her knees.
It's a lot. There's a lot of lower body action going on there.
Any chance we can get this guy's face blue? Oh, yeah, I guess we can. Hey, it's
color
blue.
balance. Color
A little
balance.
color balance wouldn't kill you here. Boy and his dog. Can we talk about facial symmetry?
Sure. What do you want to talk about? That looks. How do you feel about it?
I feel like her eye on one side is much larger than the other one, and it's a little higher. Mm-hmm. Nostrils are flaring, angrily flared. No, I'm just kidding.
Lips are pretty good. I mean,
Lips are okay.
I shoot a lot of people, so I'm concerned about the eye difference if it's really prevalent, but most of the time I don't feel she's making any expressions, so sometimes the eye difference shows up when expressions are made, and then I work it out
But she's not making
on a
expressions.
shot-to-shot. I just don't know what she's doing.
Peter, would you say you're primarily a happy expression type of a photographer?
I mean, it depends if I'm shooting a portrait. I mean, these are portraits, so I really should more or less lay off my rules. But my rule for a commercial headshot, number one thing that has to be accomplished in every session I ever do is confidence with approachability. So the approachability comes from the mouth, which means they have to have a slight smile. It doesn't have to be big, but they can't look miserable. That's what I had you doing. You
Oh, yeah,
remember?
man, we worked on that
we
hard.
were working on
And
it.
it's not easy to get Matt.
He had me in front of a mirror. Like he shot me for like 5 or 10 minutes, and he's like, "Go over the mirror and practice." I'm sitting there like,
Yeah.
and squinting my eyes, all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy things. But yeah,
Well, when you get in front of a camera, you take control of something that's involuntary. You guys don't think. Did you think about your expressions today? I know he did, but normal people don't, right?
yeah.
You think,
What about Grandpa here?
I was trying to be funny.
All right. Hey,
All right.
Andy Borzy wrote in, how about some guidance on how the shot could have been lit or posed better? So let's start with this one.
All right, so I do shoot men with shadowing a little bit, but I would never shadow anybody that's of age with I usually shoot them flat lit because I'm trying to fill. I don't want shadow density in the wrinkles or whatever's happening
Right,
with the
because the
skin.
deeper the wrinkles
Yeah.
look, the older they're going to look.
Yeah. So I wouldn't shoot this gentleman with shadowing at all. I would do really flat light.
So straight on light,
Yeah.
light straight on. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you pose him differently?
I think the pose doesn't bother me at all. I think this camera's a little bit high. I mean, he
Yeah,
looks
it
like
is
he's
a high
sitting.
one.
I would stand him up and get. I usually like the camera, the center of my lens right underneath the earlobe.
Okay.
That's where I put the center of my lens, and I usually vary it lower rather than higher. But I'll go up and down an inch or so in between there. The only time I really go higher is if I've got some issues underneath the jawline that I have to contend with, and I might go a little bit higher. and that's about it to get rid of the double chin.
Do you ever have your subject seated?
No, not in headshots.
Nope. Okay. And how would you pose her better?
Well, I can't stand hands in
Well, there we go.
headshots, so those
How
would
would
be
you
gone.
pose him better? Chopping off his fingers is a start.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just sitting there, so I don't know that I would change. I don't like how broad his shoulders look and his arm going down. His body looks real wide and his head looks real small in the center, so I'd change that.
How about this knee shot?
It's just
Shot
a
of her knee.
huge, I mean, her head's so tiny. Her knees are bigger than her head. That's just not, I would reposition the camera on that. That one, they look,
So
they seem
we-
to be both.
Yeah.
They're both standing. I like the camera angle. There's nothing wrong there. I like the expression she has looking at him. I don't like his expression. I can't stand her hair.
What about the distance between them? There's quite a gap between them. If they are a couple, they're not close.
Yeah, I mean, if you're shooting a couple like this, you would vary that distance over the course of the shoot. So I would definitely have closer ones, and then I would just be mixing it up. But if it's easier for her to look at him from that distance, I guess, than if
Yeah.
she was closer. So maybe it's okay.
All right, let's see what we got here. This looks interesting.
That's it. All right.
All right, there's some
Compositing.
compositing action.
I just like that it's consistent.
Yes.
You know,
you can
I'm
tell the
looking
same
at-
photographer
this
took
is
the shots.
Exactly. This is a wonderful thing to be seeing that this is this person's work and they're laying it out for us and we get a sense of it.
The
That's
size
good.
of that gun.
That is unbelievable. Is that like what is that?
That's a big laser gun.
With the
Look at the
tank?
size of this bagpipe.
See, I would have him. This has nothing to do with. I'd have him in like outside with fields, or you know what I mean. He's playing. I don't know.
Dude, they play bagpipes in the sewers all the time. You ever go in a sewer? All I ever hear is bagpipes.
For composites, for composites, some backgrounds look like when the background looks off, where it's a place nobody would be. Like I saw somebody put an ice hockey skater on train tracks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like he'd never be on train tracks.
Yeah.
None of my
it's like-
subjects would ever
weird.
be on a train.
I'm
To
not
me,
a-
it kind of
I'm
looks
not a-
weird like that.
Yeah, I kind of like the shot. I
I'm
don't
not
know
a
why.
composite guy, so I don't really know how to judge them. But
Well, let's just judge. Let's not judge their quality of composite. Let's pretend that the background is real and that they were shot on that background.
I
with
kind of
cracked
like
earth.
that picture. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. It's my city. I like that.
Nice light. Kind of creepy.
It's pretty weird.
Looks creepy. Peter goes, it's kind of weird. Really? All right, let's move on. What do you think about
Is
this
that-
photographer? Not bad compositing.
I think it's interesting. I mean,
Not bad. No bad, right?
Yeah.
No bad.
wait, is it? Yeah.
All right,
okay.
here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I like one of these. Peter?
I just can't. I look at expression first. I didn't see one that I liked.
I kind of like this one. I think I like the lighting. But yeah, the expression is kind of expressionless.
I can't deal. It's just my thing is to pull expression out of people, and,
Right.
and
Well, that's okay, dude. This is your day.
I just can't. Okay.
They knew you were here. They weren't like, oh, wait, Peter Hurley's on? All right, here we go. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. What happened?
I don't know. He's falling apart.
Seriously, what happened from here to here?
No idea.
I expected to see 5 of these.
Yeah. I thought that this was going to start coming in. Not that I shoot that stuff all the time, so I don't.
But you know what it is? You kind of like, when we saw the first composite shot, I expected more like that, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
What would you do to the lighting here besides, well, you would light it flat, right?
He's interesting though. I kind of like his look and his. Sometimes I like the wrinkles. Sometimes I want to accentuate them, but I don't. But the shadow density doesn't fall off to black. It comes in, and I would lower the light, bring it a little bit around front, and then allow the shadow to. It would fall off darker, but I wouldn't let lose all that information in the face. That kid thinks he's badass with that shot.
The football looks giant, though. That
No,
football
I don't.
looks.
I don't like the shot, but the kid must like. He thinks he's cool,
Yeah, yeah.
right? He's got to be. If I was a little football player kid, I used to,
All right. So Ross B says it's easy to say I like the lighting on this one and leave it at that. Teach us, please. Damn it, teach them.
You want me to teach
Well,
them?
I
You
think-
were the one that liked the lighting, not me.
I think the last group,
Let's go back to the last. one.
the last group. I mean,
You want to? Oh.
so I'll say this: I don't like this style of photography at all. So it's almost impossible for me to comment on anything here. If there's not a smile in the, I don't like fashion photography because I don't like when people look pissed off. So
I don't mind. I like fashion photography a lot, and I like. This is where it gets confusing for me. I like fashion photography. I like when models are doing their thing, but it's almost like they're doing their thing and they know they're doing their thing. It's like when a model's trying to do their thing and it falls apart, then I don't like it. But when Kate Moss does her thing, I'm like, oh my goodness, because she knows how to do her thing. If a photographer can't get a model to that zone, and a lot of times I'm deprogramming models in front of the camera because they're going to these go-to faces like these, where it's just like they're trying too hard to be cool instead of actually giving something to me.
So for these pictures, Peter, is it that you just don't like the expressions?
Well, then they want to talk about lighting. Let's just talk about the lighting.
Okay.
Whether we like the shots or not.
I don't mind the lighting on that. I just always look around the nose and the shadows coming off the nose. I would say decrease.
Yeah, I'd like to see
that.
those shadows softer, and I do like the shadows, and I think having some direction is nice, but I'd like to see those shadows spread more and be softer. It should be really kind of beautiful light. I think I like the angle of attack. I just would take that softbox and move it 6 feet closer. On this one, that's not good. This one, that's not good. This one I like. I like that there is kind of a bright here. I like that it's lit here. It falls, there's a nice gradation from here to here. The shadows overall look pretty good. It's just kind of a weird shot, but I think I like the lighting. I kind of like the skin tone and stuff in here.
I mean, if you look at the shadow falling off around that nose, it's very tiny little shadow. So her face is on a good angle towards the light in that one, so that's why I think we like it.
Remember I said I liked one shot in here. This actually, the lighting's not bad here either. It's not wonderful, but it's not bad here.
So can I ask a question? Because
Sure.
I know. Go back to the one you said it's not bad either. So like when I look at that shadow that's underneath.
Now look at the shadow on my screen. On the one that you're looking at over there is a bit darker.
When I look at that,
Yeah.
I see harsh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little darker than I would like.
And
that
then
one.
so when I look at this,
It's not as.
I see not harsh, but
When I look at this shot, though, what I'm seeing is not that little piece. I'm seeing this. I'm looking at that. I like the way that the light is only lit that part of her face, but then you have a little reflected light. I'm looking at a different part of the photo than you are. When I say I like the light, is this part.
okay.
But Peter isn't about light. He's not a lighting guy. I mean, I don't want to say you don't light, because you light your subjects really well. And your lighting is absolutely dead on appropriate for who you're shooting. But you keep talking about expression, because at the end of the day, what really makes the photo, you shouldn't notice the light. You should notice the expression.
Yeah, I could have the most beautiful girl and the best light and a Hasselblad or whatever, and my Medusas or whatever, and the light's
Right.
gorgeous, and then the girl's out to lunch, and I don't have a shot. I have no shot.
Yeah.
I don't
So
have a
it's
shot.
it's you can have the lighting doesn't have to be fabulous. Also, if you have the great expression, so it works either way.
That's true.
If
Yeah,
you can
sometimes
have
that'll get you past it.
Yeah, sometimes a wonderful expression and a wonderful moment makes up for a lot. Now, can we go back to the one shot that I think was the best light we've seen today, which is this one? And I think what makes the light so special here is that it is flattering to the subject. This light is flattering to him. It's got shadows on one side, but the shadows haven't gone so dark. You know, it gives his face depth and dimension. It looks like literally just one light. It may even be window. It's so pretty, it may be window light. It could be north-facing window light. This is light that just, well, you can see a reflection of a catch light in his eyes. And I think that if you have light that flatters your subject, it makes your subject look great to where you're not even thinking about the light and you're totally drawn into him. I think not thinking about the light is a good thing. I'm looking at it.
Look at the shadow density on this side. It's
Right,
perfect. It's
right.
not too
This-
dark.
right.
It's
It's
really
not too
nice.
dark.
It just
It's-
falls off
And
beautifully.
the gradation of light from here to there is just very smooth and pretty. And it's beautifully lit. It would be one of those scenes where you're sitting there and go, wow, look at this beautiful light. I need to get somebody to sit here. That's how pretty the light is. You were very fortunate in that the person you had sit in that light was, I mean, it looks like it's shot on a movie set. You know, it's like this was a set and you
stellar.
walked on. That's beautiful, gorgeous lighting that flatters the subject, and it's time for a break. We're back, crushing more dreams with Peter Hurley. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Mia McCormick. As a photographer, you've dedicated yourself to learning your gear and learning your art to make great images. You're excited about leveraging all of the tools the internet has to offer to share your work with the world. The problem is, there are people and companies out there who want to use your work, but they don't want to compensate you for it. Your best defense is to become well-versed in the world of copyright, especially when it comes to protecting your images online. Join me as I talk with two of the best minds in copyright for photographers, commercial photographer Jack Resnicki and New York intellectual properties attorney Ed Greenberg. Together, we tackle the subject of copyright from start to finish in front of a live studio audience. From a live demo of registering images to strategies on how to use social media to your benefit, artistically and financially. It's not as hard as it seems, and it's all right here at KelbyTraining.com.
Hey, we are back. Thanks very much. I want to give a quick shout out to Squarespace. Squarespace is one of our sponsors. We love Squarespace. They make websites for photographers. They're incredible templates. You go in there, and I'm not kidding, 10 minutes later, you've got an up and running portfolio. Their stuff is absolutely fantastic. If you use SmugMug, they have an agreement with them. They'll suck your SmugMug images right in. They have a partnership, and great looking sites. You've got one. I've got one.
Oh yeah, I love them. And
My sports stuff is on there.
the nice part about it is you can make a full website, so it's not just a photography portfolio. If you want to blog and you don't want to mess around with WordPress,
Yeah.
they have full websites, and it's just so easy to use. So.
Yeah, their stuff is great.
Can't
Go check them
recommend
out.
them enough.
Squarespace.com. Hey, I want to. There's a couple of people saying things in the chat, and Brad and Pete brought those up. I know that you want to focus on the technical stuff. I know what you really want to do is focus on things that are very definable. The light goes here. My camera's set to this. That's not what Peter's talking about. That's not what made Peter famous. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about f-stop. What makes an amazing portrait isn't something that is going to be found on the back of your camera. He's really talking about, look at these pictures that we're looking at today. Where is that emotion that you just go, wow, that one guy, we've seen one really good shot today. That one guy. We've seen other ones that are like, that's not bad. That's okay. We got maybe 3 shebangs today. But there's something beyond just the light was to the left with a big softbox and I was at f2.8. And that's what I think if you really want to get something out of this, stop asking Peter about the lighting and the camera. And it's really about getting emotion out of the people. And you were talking about the professional models, is when they're doing their thing and they don't look like, it's like the last guy. You know what it was? Matt said it. When, those last couple of shots of the model with the makeup on her face? It looked like a photographer had seen somebody do that and said, oh, you know, I want to do something like that. So can you just put some powder on your face? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It was like, it's an imitation of something that was really good, but it's not really good. It's like, no, lighting's not bad. The model's not. Yeah. And the RC had a quote here, and I'm going to read it for you. He's watching along the show here, RC Concepcion, our buddy and fellow photographer. One thing you should keep in mind is this: light, model is only one part of it. When you're looking at a picture, you're looking at the totality of it. How well all the parts are executed. Sometimes people focus on two things, but not the whole package. At the sake of sounding cliche, there is nothing worse than a sharp image of a fuzzy concept. We've heard that before. Those last few shots miss that, and that's a hard thing to express. And so that's why when Peter looks at these things and he's like, yeah, her exposure. How many people today, Peter, in these images had a miserable look on their face?
Yeah, 90% of them.
90% of them had a miserable look. Is that how you want to portray people? Do you want everybody to look like Matt, or do you want people to look nice?
Well, and they and they don't have to be smiling the
look
whole
miserable.
time. I mean,
He hit his miserable pose. They don't have to be smiling all the time.
there has to be something that grabs your attention and makes you think about the image. Like in terms of for me, in terms of what the person is doing, there has to be something. There has to be a vibe.
A vibe. Yes,
vibe.
there does. Let's take a look at a couple more here real quick.
And I think the thing that's fair to point out is you have a style of photography. Your style of photography is generally approachable, and while they may not all have a smile on their face, they all generally look happy, and so I think our critique has to almost come from that. You know, it'd be different if you're a fashion photographer that we had up here and you're shooting, high fashion magazines. That'd be different.
There could be a different vibe there. It's my aesthetic too.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, if you really want to know, one of my favorite things my favorite thing to capture is the confidence and approachability on a markability standpoint for commercial headshots.
Yeah.
But my favorite expression to capture is, and we talked about it yesterday, I like people to look sneaky. If they look like they're up to something, I want to know. I like those images. I told my assistant one day, I turned around, I was like, if everybody just walked in this studio and was sneaky, I'd be happy as a clam. I'd be like, this would be awesome. I'd just be like, I'm just going to snap the button. They look sneaky. I just like people when they look sneaky. If you look through my site, when people aren't overly smiley, they look sneaky. They look like they're up to something. Yeah,
I like that.
that's it. Yeah.
That's a quote of the day. Let's take a look at some more.
Peter likes sneaky people. She
We're-
looks sneaky.
Yeah, she looks a little sneaky.
She doesn't look sneaky.
No,
Nah.
that's not
Kinda,
sneaky.
She's not sneaky.
No, she's not sneaky. Look, she looks snarky.
All right, I don't know crap. Sorry.
I don't like that hair action. She's trying to.
She looks sneaky.
She doesn't look sneaky.
Oh yeah, that's
sneaky.
sneaky.
This is called out to lunchitis.
All right, explain that. What is that? She just has the dead look in her eyes?
Yeah, if you look like you have to wave your hand like a crazy way to wake that person up in front of your images, like that is not a good picture.
This is going in the Hall of Fame of critiques.
Right, Cameron. I'm always going for looks that as if they weren't in front of a camera. I call it camera invisibility.
Okay.
Oh,
That looks
Kleber
like
just
she's
sent in
looking into a camera.
Kleber just sent in a good comment. Mona Lisa. You know how
Oh
Mona
yeah,
Lisa
she's up
has-
to something.
She's up to
She's
something.
up to a lot.
Peter,
Somebody asked me to try and get a Mona Lisa type shot.
I know.
This I love. You see, she's up to something.
Oh yeah, that's sneaky.
She's a little sneaky, right?
You don't know what the hell.
She is a little sneaky. Now, she's
No.
got the eye difference. I would squint the front eye down.
Oh yeah, so that she has
See
the eye
that?
difference.
But I like the little, she's got that little
Can you go back one?
grin on her face.
So Peter, what is it? Is it a feature? Like, is it her eyes, her
Yeah,
mouth,
her
or is it
eye-
the combination
no,
of it?
it's
Because you
just-
said
it's
there's only
total-
three things that
There's
move.
nothing going on. Zoom into that face. Like
So
her
what would
eyes
you
are
tell
enormous.
her? What would you tell her? She's looking at you like that. You
I
just took
tell
that
her to
picture.
squint and give me a little smile at the same time, simultaneously.
So
Look
you'd
at
say
that.
squint?
She is out to lunch. She is look like she has a brain freeze going
You're out
on
to
here.
lunch, honey.
So you say squint and give me a little bit more of a smile.
Yeah, squint and a tiny smile. That's it.
So Calibra was saying, so is the Mona Lisa look the kind you're looking for? Is it
Oh,
that
yeah, I
little
do
bit?
like that. Yes, and it's a hint. It's a hint.
It's a hint. That's nice. That's good.
It's a hint. Hints are good.
All
If
right.
you can get a hint, that I like it. You know what
I
else
like
too?
it. You know what else is too?
I'm
It's
not
got-
big on earrings. I don't like earrings that
look.
hang.
This
I'm
is also
big
the one with
into-
the best lighting. This
Yeah,
one
the
has the
lighting's
best
nice
lighting.
too. It's still over retouched for me, I think.
It might be a little over retouched, but I like the way that there's some light wrapping around this side. You know what I like? Here's
Yeah,
what.
I like the
So
light.
look, the lighting comes in here and it's nice and soft. There's a soft area where there's shadow here, but then it picks up the light coming around the back.
She's a little plastered into the corner, isn't she?
She's a little
yeah,
plastered in the
it's-
corner. I'd like to see her
And the
maybe over
hanging
here.
earring is throwing me off. And the ponytails could be in front all the way. It doesn't need to hang on the shoulder like that.
You don't get that many changes.
I like the shirt, though. I like the way it's open. I usually take necklaces off, but that one doesn't bother me.
All right. All right.
All these people look miserable. she didn't.
They don't look sneaky.
Okay, what would you tell her?
Her?
Yes.
I have no idea. This looks like a candid shot of her just moseying around.
What would you tell her? Go back to the girl sitting at the with the white dress.
What do you mean? What would you tell her? Like, what would you tell the photographer?
well, I mean, yeah,
Well,
I want to know
know.
what Peter
Is
would
that
say, given the
to
look that
her?
she looked. Yeah,
I
what would you
never
say to
shoot
her?
somebody in that situation. I don't think. I don't. This
You'd say,
picture just
"Stand up and
doesn't
get off the
appeal to
tree."
me.
You'd say, stand up, get off the tree.
I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me.
I
He says.
Facial expression, though. We're talking. You said expressions.
Well, zoom into her face. She looks petrified. No.
Oh yeah, she looks slightly ticked.
Slightly. No, I don't think she looks mad. She looks slightly perplexed, but it's only slight. It's not as bad zoomed
Peter's
in
shown
as
me
it
that
is
I don't
out.
have crap for a sense of what people's expressions look like. I
All
might
right.
be.
I think she looks scared. I'm just kidding. I think she looks sneaky.
No, I don't see that.
I'm just kidding.
I can tell she looks miserable from here.
Yeah.
She's up to something. She's sneaky. Zoom into that face.
That's as much as I can zoom.
That's it. She's sneaky
Wow.
and up to something. See, I
There you
like
go.
that. You see the face?
She's up to something.
Yeah, there's something going
Too
on
much
there.
whites of the eyes.
Yeah, the white guys are killing
Well, you
me.
stop
Dude, they're
that, you guys.
killing me.
Did you start that? People tell me that. I'm
No.
like, where else would her eyes go if she was looking that general direction?
Well, what I would have her do is not look that far. If you had her look
What if the
less
person
far,
she's looking at is over there?
There's nobody over there, dude. You know there's nobody over there. You like it because it's another Peter Hurley inappropriate photo. Here we go. 1,
Misery.
2,
Shot too high.
3.
Misery. Misery.
I love this. This is my favorite critique right ever. He just says the first word that pops into his mind. Ready? Go.
Miserable. It's shot too high. It's just drag queenish.
Can I say that on?
Can I say that on TV?
Didn't look like that. No.
No comment.
Is that bad?
What is?
So-
What about this one?
She's kind of like, she's not really comfortable there.'s got a chain around her neck.
She's got a chain around her neck.
All right, what would you tell her?
What would you say?
I think that's way over retouch.
you want me to stop
I can't
asking you
stand
that?
when the exposure in the eyes doesn't match the exposure in the photograph. I can't stand that.
Yeah, she's way over
I just
retouched.
can't
Way, way,
stand
way.
that, people, stop
Plastic-
doing that.
plastic
Can we
skin.
get real, please? Please.
All right.
Now that she's kind of miserable, but it's a portrait, and it looks like she's looking off into
misery.
No, I don't mind. She looks like she's in her own world, and I don't mind it as much.
Okay.
It's different when you're like it's true. If you're doing a portrait, it is the photographer's. This is so subjective, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to take Scott Brumfield's question here.
Yeah, this is.
This is all right because I know where this is going. Scott Brumfield asks, does Peter take any average person's portrait or a family portrait? Because corporate and actor model ports are not real world. So the people that work for companies like, me, Matt,
Yeah.
Brad,
We're not real
Pete,
world.
we're not real world.
Yeah, first of all, everybody, if they're human, they're real world. So it doesn't matter what they do. Now, I will specifically gear a session towards an actor. I'm not going to tell a CEO to look sneaky. Because they are most of the time.
Look sneaky.
I don't know if that's gonna.
That's your
help.
natural
So,
facial expression.
No. I mean, I shoot everybody who comes to my studio, and then and most of those people are coming in for a shot that is gonna do some personal branding for them or marketing for them or something
But
like
you
that.
shoot all kinds of, like 50, 100 people at a company. They're not
Yeah.
all models and actors.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So they're everybody. They're assistant managers. They're
And I would say that most of the headshots that I see, I mean, they may be for actors, but I would say that just about anybody out there would be pretty happy to have one of those headshots.
Yeah, I mean,
like whether you're an actor or corporate, I mean, everybody'd be pretty happy to have one of those shots because
I grab
they look
people.
good.
I grab people all the time that aren't necessarily actors. I put them on my portfolio, and people think they're actors. If you want to get into actors' heads, just shoot anybody. Nobody's going to know if they're an actor or not. I mean, just shoot everybody. They're human. I shoot people.
all right. So you have shots that people think they assume they're celebrities or actors, but they're not.
No, yeah.
I know, but that's his reputation now. All right.
Most of them are actors.
So now we go the opposite direction because Doug says, stop bitching about the faces and discuss lighting and improving the basic shot.
Good Lord, Doug.
I'm already answering that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Doug.
He's already on it.
Doug? I don't even know what to say to him. What would you say to Doug?
I think he needs to, get on Kelby training and watch some courses.
But I agree. Okay. Well, now, the next shot we call the new Hurley Pro Board
Yoga
yoga
edition.
shot, yoga edition. All right, here we go. Here's a couple. How miserable are these people? This girl, they're
miserable.
Miserable. All right, give us your one shot, your one word critiques here.
Flexible. Just that's bizarre. I have no idea why 3 of them are put together like that. They look miserable and all. They really look. Come on, zoom into that. They look miserable.
Come on, that's miserable.
That's not that miserable as it is. Let me see.
It's sneaky. It's miserable sneaky.
Oh, she's sneaky.
No, they're modeling. They're doing. Look. See, they're like turning on this model.
These
thing.
are like high school seniors,
It's
right?
fine, guys. Go look at Bruce Weber's work. That's my mentor, and he doesn't shoot people that look like they're trying too hard. They look so much.
She's not
cooler.
miserable.
I know.
They look so much cooler.
Who's this photographer?
It's just photography.
Does it have?
No.
LQ? Is that what that's supposed to be? Is it the red L?
Oh, and could be LQ, yeah. All right, so she's not miserable.
No, she's not. It's kind of fun. I mean, I don't like the light, but
Whoever this photographer is, if her name's
I think that
Colleen,
needs
right
a
in.
reflector, doesn't it?
Well, the
Something's 'cause
lighting's just flat.
I like the
It's
light
just
on
flat,
the hair.
Flat.
I mean,
Yeah, she's got good backlighting, but
Yeah.
it's too flat. And you know what? Her skin tone is bluish.
Yeah.
Because she's in the shade, and they shot on auto white balance. So if I were to take this over, maybe add a little
it's
more yellow, it certainly
simple.
would certainly help the skin tone. It's still not going to
but
fix
you
the
still
lighting.
need you
But
still
look how
need a
blue she
reflector.
was.
Look, I like the way the hair's backlit, but
Yeah.
you gotta get a reflector in there.
All right, let's
It
just go
looks like
through
there
a couple
might be
more.
a
All right.
reflector in there. They just didn't get
So
enough
give
push.
me a one word on these.
I just can't stand hands. Like, what is that? I don't know what the one word is. Ooh, uplight.
I was just going to say, I can tell you what the problem is here. Too much light from the light on the bottom. So it looks like you did a clamshell, and when a clamshell look. Well, okay, Doug, here's some lighting from the clamshell look.
Yeah, stop your bitching.
Stop your bitching about how their faces look, because that's not what matters. What really matters
The
is
lighting.
what's the power ratio for the freaking lights, Doug? All right.
I want to see Doug's photos.
All right. So yeah, Doug, can you send us the link? Okay. So the top light has to be approximately a half a stop above the bottom light. Or you get this Frankenstein look, which is exactly what's going on here. The uplighting is what you would do to a football player. I want this football player to look mean. I'm doing a Halloween shot. You uplight. And if you don't do the ratio right here, where the top light it doesn't even have to be a full half a stop, but it has to be 2/3 of a stop, or maybe a half a stop, or a third of a stop more, you get what you have here, which is just, it looks awkward and unbalanced and weird. And it could be just a reflector, but I don't think so. I think it's a bottom light, and I think it's overpowered.
Yeah, it looks like it.
This
Sneaky?
is Portrait Professional
Yeah, it's a little sneaky.
plug-in.
If I say sneaky every time,
It's a little
he's gonna
sneaky.
say yes on one of them.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's hard for me to critique these because I'm always, I don't know.
Same girl?
Yeah.
Let's make her
Yeah.
dance. All right, we're gonna roll on because we're about out of time, but I want you to see some more. Funny. Brad's like, about.
So Peter says, get her hands out of there. Peter says, get her hands out of there.
Keep her hands in there.
That's so cute.
awesome.
Come on, that is cute. And that was
awesome.
that.
That's great.
Get her hands
That's
out of there. He
Oh,
hates
that's
hands.
so cute.
I like that. What is that?
What is that? What happened?
Why do you take a picture
Where's
like
the
that?
photographer that took
Send
these
it like-
shots? What
looks like
happened?
I mean, snapshots are fine. I mean, that looks like a snap. That's a snapshot.
That's a snapshot.
That's
That's
a
like,
snapshot.
if you took this with your cell phone, how would it look any different? It's kind of cute. You know what it is? It's a really cute kid. It's not that hard to get a really good shot of a really
red,
cute
is
kid.
it? No,
It's
I
got an
understand.
Instagram
Yeah.
effect on it.
That's too strange in the color tone.
Too strange in the color
I don't know what the
tone,
colors are doing.
and-
I'm drawn right to the shoulder that's got more color in it, the rest of the
Right,
picture.
this shoulder here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just got a couple more here. All right, one word.
I got to be that quick about it?
Yeah, you were doing so good with your one-word
I
critiques.
have no idea.
I have no idea. It's 3 words.
What's with the finger to the cheek?
What's
We've
with the
seen that-
color?
We've seen like multiple shots with the finger to the cheek.
Can we get some decent skin tone? Look, blue. That's the color it came in at, blue. Yeah,
Much better.
yeah, just add a little yellow. But
Better.
people
It's
look
not that
better
hard,
warm.
guys. Come on, they
Yeah.
gotta figure that out. That's one of the biggest critiques I have when I'm coaching.
know,
is
but-
that they don't get the consistency in their color.
Yeah,
And they
but
don't
we're not
see
even
that.
talking about lighting. Stop with her
It's just
face.
color.
Here's bad lighting.
Shot too high. What's wrong? That's bad.
it's up lighting.
What about the light? What about the background? Like the gray? They painted it white or something?
I don't know. There's a glow around his face. Yeah, it's.
I'm kind of intrigued by that, but why would you put that shirt on him?
You're tough, man. All right, she's out to lunch.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, that's a now I now recognize the out to lunch look.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's like coined that thing. It's like the out to lunch look. Here we
Out to
go.
lunch.
All right, here we go.
There's the hand again. She's messing with the camera. I kind of like that, but I don't like the hair on the right shoulder. Can't stand the hand and the whatever that apparatus is on her finger. Well, there's all sorts of apparatuses going on here. Regardless of all the stuff, because she's kind of interesting, but with her, I would make her look tougher if she's got all that stuff. But I think the expression's kind of cute. I just feel like it's way too tight of
Cropped
a
a
shot.
little bit, yeah, her
I
chin
want to
is
see
just
more.
right there.
Yeah, I want to see more.
Yeah, her chin.
And I'm just-
Because you could have cropped tighter up here.
Yeah.
But that is tight right there where the chin
I'll
is.
tell you what, the quality of it looks good though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
The
she's
lighting's
cute.
nice.
I mean,
she's got that sneaky look.
Well, no, I don't know about that, but I don't know why. There's something about that. I'm getting a vibe for her. She looks like she's having fun on this shoot. Will you have fun with your people on shoots, please? Like you can
dude,
get
that is-
serious shots, but you gotta have some fun.
Definitely sneaky.
That's sneaky. What's wrong with her? I don't know.
Is that
Portrait professional?
photoshopped? That's what it is.
Yeah, dude,
That's
it's been
like-
photoshopped to death.
Like it changed the shape of her face in a weird way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we need dense shadows like that on women. Stop doing that, people.
Doesn't like dense shadows on. Is that the last one? That was the last one.
I don't like dense shadows on women.
All
Why
right.
would you do that? Stop that.
All right. I'm thinking this would get my award for
American flag. Red, white, and blue.
perhaps worst lit shot of the day. And then this one would be best lit shot of the day.
I just got to do it again. It's just an awesome
that
shot.
is an
That's
awesome,
the shot of the day.
awesome shot.
That's the shot of the day. That was the shebang, but we'll do a double shebang.
Yeah.
That got a double shebang.
You're all concerned about his face, aren't you?
What about his face? What's wrong with his face?
His face is wonderful.
All right, let's
But
give
we
away
should be
some prizes.
We should be talking about lighting.
Oh no, we love it. The lighting's beautiful.
I know, I'm just kidding. All right, hey, we're gonna give away some stuff. How do they? Ooh,
we give it away?
wait.
Oh boy.
We got to show you this. So that they made this today.
Now, hold on. Now, the backstory to this.
All right, there is a backstory.
Is Peter walks in with that Office Depot or whatever?
Jeff Mason hooked me up.
It's
He
easy
took
button.
an easy button, tore it apart, recorded my voice, and threw it in here. We are going to be making shebang buttons in the future, available at hurleyprogear.com.
Of course. Goes without saying.
For $29.95. So
165.
So Peter hits that this morning. RC sees it and immediately says, "Dude, we got to do a shot with him with that."
This
and
is
then,
all RC, guys.
And then
Corey.
RC says, "Whoa, it'd be cool if we did like a movie poster type of a concept." So then Corey busts in with a movie poster idea. So then RC casts it and does the photo shoot. And then Corey, who he's freaking amazing.
He is amazing.
I mean,
He's unbelievable.
Corey doesn't say, "Oh, that's gonna take some time." I mean, dude, to anybody else, this would take 3 days. RC takes the photo, and I swear within like 35 minutes, Corey busts out with this.
Now that's based on the
That is awesome. We need to
National
shebang
Lampoon's
that.
Vacation. There it is.
I mean, seriously, how long was it, RC?
Probably about 40 minutes, dude.
About 40 minutes.
This would take. This would take
Corey says it took an hour.
an hour. Oh, sorry.
Let me see.
Yeah, but he did it with just his left.
I like all the toning, the skin
Yeah,
toning.
dude, seriously. I mean,
And
because you
you
have
know
to see
what?
the before image too.
And you know what? Peter doesn't look miserable.
No.
Look, can we zoom in? Which camera
look
zooms
glorious.
in? Oh, that one over
He
there.
looks kind of sneaky.
Look, you look a little sneaky. You're not miserable.
Dude, you've been working out.
Wait,
You got
let's go down here. Is
awesome.
Brandon miserable? No,
Nobody's
he's
miserable.
in bliss. Mia is she's miserable. No, she's not.
No.
There's no miserable people in this shot.
No.
Brandon's like, I'm hugging a hairy leg.
And loving it.
What
And you
does
know
my
what?
day come
You know
to?
how you know Corey did this?
Because it's a movie poster?
3D. 3D. Repoussé.
And what movie poster was this taken?
National.
Nas-
Vacation.
The original Vacation.
National
National
Lampoon's
Lampoon's
Vacation.
Vacation.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Alan Hess writes, I really hate Corey
Dude,
right now.
I know, seriously,
that would have
Alan,
taken me a week.
I
No
wish I
kidding.
was exaggerating, and we're not. The first thing everybody said when it came out was, "Holy crap!"
Awesome.
And I like the way there's like eagles flying in the background.
That's what I mean, dude. You get.
And look at the bolt of like something in your hands. There's like a ball.
I wish we had the before image to show, because you can really appreciate it when you see the before image too.
The
Can we go
before
to
images
Corey's-
on your blog?
It's on my blog, guys.
Can we go to Corey's blog? What's your blog?
CoreySBarker.com.
CoreySBarker.com.
And the before shot is right there at the top.
And the before shot is at the top of the page. There it is.
Ah.
Dude, that's the before shot.
That's the before shot. Shebanging it. Let's get over here.
Peter will be selling those on PeterHurley.com.
He's holding the easy button.
Hey, Corey, I bet you that Down and Dirty Tricks book shows people how to do stuff kind of similar to it, doesn't it? And most of those techniques will work with any recent version of Photoshop, won't they?
Well, that's great to even say. Hey, wonder if we could give away a copy of Corey's
Why don't we give
book.
away a copy
Let's
of
give
Corey's
away
book?
a
It's not here.
copy
Corey,
of
go get a-
Corey's
grab a
book.
copy
Go
of
grab
your
a
book so we can
copy,
hold it up.
and we'll
How do
get
you
you
give
sign
stuff
it.
away?
All right.
How do you decide who's getting stuff?
You go to
Here's how.
KelbyTV.com, click on the contest tab up top, click the grid.
No,
type
no,
in
don't do
your
it
thing.
that fast. Watch. They'll do it with us. Watch. Okay, to enter the contest, go to KelbyTV.com/contest. And at the top, you've got to select the show, choose the grid, write in your name, and don't write the words your name. You have to actually put in your name. Don't, write your email, your website, and then write stuff like,
Please talk more
shebang.
lighting.
yeah. But anyway, leave us a comment there, and we'll pick winners from that. And everybody, we'll give all the stuff, including Corey's book, which is on its winging its way to us right now.
Somebody wanted me to give away Pro.
Can I make a quick thing too? Before you send in an email that asks why you haven't won a contest, do you ever play lottery?
Yeah,
Do you get ticked off at
Yeah.
the Florida State for not winning the lottery?
every week.
Now, we don't have quite as many people playing,
No, but we
there's
have
a decent amount.
hundreds of thousands of people watch our show. So if you don't win, there may be a numbers game. Anyway, hey, Mikey asks, is Peter giving away the Hurley Pro board?
No.
Well,
He brought it up.
I wasn't thinking of it, but is somebody worthy of the Hurley Pro board?
Is somebody worthy of it? I don't know. It depends on what they write, because what they could write is, I really hate Peter, but I want his free board.
Okay, should we give away a pro board? We could do that. We could give away a DVD of mine.
Ooh.
If you want to.
We'll give away DVD. It's probably a little bit less on shipping.
It's
Yeah.
easy. There's no shipping anyway. We just
All right.
it's a digital video download. We'll
All
give
right.
away a DVD. Why don't
All
we
right, let's
give
do
away a
Let's
DVD?
give away your DVD.
Who'd we abuse the most? Can
Where
we
he
give it to
talks,
that
we
person?
talked about lighting for
Whoever I
hours.
abuse the most, should I give them the DVD or do
right.
no? You have to do it this
First
way.
off-
Do it however you want. It's fine.
Corey Barker's book.
There it is.
This is what you're gonna get. Guess not gonna. There we go.
There it is. It's an amazing book.
He rocks.
You will learn more about Photoshop in that book, and it's not necessarily. It's called Down and Dirty Tricks for Graphic Designers, but let me just say this: if you thought what he did with that picture was cool, remember it all starts with a photo. You always start with a photo, and he will teach you to do amazing things with your photos.
Guys.
So even if you're a photographer, I know. Look,
In
right?
an hour.
Bang. Bang, 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 bang. All right.
So it took me 8 weeks to write my compositing book. It would have taken Corey, what, a day?
Yeah. Hey, if you want to win the DVD, in the comments field, say, hey, I'm hoping to win the DVD, and that'll narrow it down for us. So thank you for offering that. Peter, where can they go learn more about you?
Peter, they can check out my website, peterhurley.com. My coaching site is ph2pro.com. Years ago, I started this associate photographer program where I was getting all these clients that needed headshots, but they didn't want to pay my rate. So I brought in another shooter to shoot it at a cheaper rate. So now we have photographers all over the world. I just got my newest associate in India. And I have people all over the U.S. and we give referrals for headshot photography. So if you shoot headshots, go to ph2pro.com, sign up. I do most of all my coaching through there. I have an online intensive that just started July 1st that I'm psyched about. It's a 12-week course, and then we're starting it again on January 1st. But you can sign up for free. And get your headshots in there, and people get referrals just out of the blue because of the SEO that we have with headshot photography. So sign up for free. You might get a free referral, or if you get into the protege coaching, I coach in there. That's $20 a month, and then proteges can become associates if you submit your work to me and you really rock. I'm looking for headshot photographers that are amazing. So if you have really great stuff, submit it to me. I do every portfolio review personally, and right now I have about 22, maybe 23 associates that are. I have a guy in Dubai, Ian, who's he's like, I've gotten 7 referrals already from this thing.
Wow, that's
for
terrific.
work, so it's cool.
You are cool.
And Hurley Pro Gear is the gear site, and that's linked on there too.
All right. Well, Peter, thank you very much for being on the
Thanks.
show. That was really great. Very, very insightful. And again, I hope everybody that got their critique done today really gives it some thought, because Peter's not saying these awful, horrible things just to be mean. Not that he wouldn't do it, because he said some horrible things to Matt and I today. But, try to take it. I think if anything that we learned today in the show is how important that facial expression is. And also, how many people have miserable-looking people in their shots. And miserable people aren't usually that compelling.
No, and I think that it's really simple, guys. If you're on Kelby training, go look at my what is it? Mastering the Headshot. I don't know what it is.
Mastering the Headshot.
Go check out Mastering the Headshot, because I'm talking about this stuff, and I'm just so psyched that you guys did that. That was a blast.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
you
it's
filmed
a
me for couple
wonderful
days.
class.
It's
We showed,
unbelievable.
right before we went on the air, we showed the promo for it. Maybe we can get somebody to cue it up, and maybe when we're done. Hey, let me look at someone with a headphone. Hi, Juan. Juan, do you think you could cue that up so when we're done they can see Peter's...
I think she can hear us.
You get a couple more shebangs out of that promo video.
Yeah, and at the end there's a shebang cameo that's fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much, Peter. Thank you, Matt. Thank you to our crew here, everybody. And we'll see you guys right here next week on The Grid. Take care,
Thanks
everybody.
for having me. Bye, guys.
That's Peter Hurley. That's